Welcome back, everybody. So if you're just joining us, we've been talking about how to fight this cold season and just live your best life despite the fact that it's really, really chilly. And my next guest is an Africa modern interiorista. An Africa modern interiorista. Got that right? Her name is Ash Appleton. And can you just, look at the set, how it's been transformed real quick. Welcome, Ash.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So what's an interiorista? Can you explain that to us?
Because it's a bridge between styling and interior design, and it incorporates a feeling of well-being, and that's one of my big missions. It's not just about having a house with pretty things. Right. It's how you feel in the home, what the home does for you, how it rejuvenates you, how it refreshes you. Right. So that's why I like this concept of interiorista.
I love that. I love that it takes a holistic approach, and in fact, even like in the first show, it was also taking in a holistic approach with Dr. Amit. But you know, often when we think about our homes, it's just like, put some cute throw pillows here. What curtains are you going to have? Let's paint the walls. But we don't think about how it's supposed to make you feel as well. Yeah. We often take that for granted, that they will be laughed at some point, but we don't think about.
And it's becoming more and more important because we live very stressful lives. We're stuck in traffic. We've got demanding jobs. So many things are coming at us all the time. Right. So I think it's very important when you get home that you can shut the door and feel like you're in a safe space. Yeah. So it's about that.
I love that safe. The word safe. I love that. So now that we're talking well-being in general, before we even move into the decor part, what are some tips that you would have for us, especially now that it's colder? Because scientifically, it's been proven that the cold does have an effect on your mental health. You tend to just be moody, more agitated. It changes you and your personality a little bit. So what are some of the things that we could do that could help make our home sort of rise up to greet us?
I think, because as you said, when the light drops, our mood tends to drop as well, because we need the light sort of nourishes us and it feeds us. Especially living in Kenya, we're used to bright, hot, sunny days. So obviously a lot of people start feeling that their mood goes down. So what you need to do is to try and find ways to sort of maximize light in your life, in your home. Yeah, and we can borrow from it's a Danish concept called hygge. It's Hygge. It's all about coziness and comfort and being calm and relaxed. So this is what I've tried to sort of create here. You know.
So can we break down some of those tips? Practically speaking, I can see candles, and we're talking light, of course. Light. I love this.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
gorgeous.
But I think for me, because before we go any further, if your home is not styled, if you haven't done anything, if you've got blank walls, nothing on the floor, one bare sofa, you're not going to feel comfortable and warm. So that's one thing we have to sort of work towards. If you want to feel warm, you need to do something to create that feeling. So like what happens is you lose a lot of heat through the floor. Wooden floors and tiles are cold. So you need to look for something you can put on the floor, a nice rug. This is cowhide, easily available, and then layer sheepskin, on top of that. You can even put the sheepskin behind your sofa, so you can snuggle, you know what I mean? So it's all creating that feeling of comfort and coziness and well-being, And you talk about layers.
That's what I was going to say, layers, because that's what you've done here. And texture as well.
Textures. And like I always have a basket full of throws, blankets and throws, That's what
it adds a cozy feeling.
Yes, you just sit there, you wrap up.
It's inviting too, so that someone doesn't see a couch and it's like, we've got to sit up.
It's and you're relaxed home. And then we're trying to get away from this idea of putting on an electric heater or a fan heater.
Okay,
as soon as we get cold.
Why is that? Yeah.
Because first of all, electricity bills. You know how.
Ooh, girl,
as soon as you start plugging that
yes,
in,
it can get expensive.
Sky high. Yeah. And also, we're talking about well-being. It's not that good for your health because they dry out the air, especially fan heaters. You start getting dry, itchy eyes, very dry skin, and you've got children, they'll be coughing. So if you have to use one of these heaters, minimize the time that it's on, and then once the room's warm enough, grab something and wrap it around.
And we're so blessed to live in a country that has so many cool patterns.
And then look at this, I have this made because we love our iconic Maasai. But you have put a bit of fleece, you see. Then it's so warm. It's got fleece,
and it just adds on to the idea of the feeling of warmth,
cocooning yourself, and this is very, and then so that's one thing. And then also what you want to do is to make sure you seal your home. The first thing you've got to do is seal your home.
What do you mean by that?
By sort of gaps. Look at the gaps. Where does the cold air come through?
Okay.
Is it the windows? Is it the doors? If it's like the windows, I've got a quick hack using cling film. Yeah. You can just pull, and then sort of fill in the gaps around the window where the cold air comes in. It's a quick hack. You may have to put maybe a little bit of glue if you want to last through the whole season. Right. But it's a really good way of sealing. Even a rental apartment, you can't fix the windows. Right. Just grab some of this. So you shut the window and it's sealed.
Oh, so for sure it's not like no cold air is seeping through.
Because a lot of us have gaps between our windows and all the cold air comes in. And then this is something else I made. Sausage dog, draft excluder. You put it underneath external door.
Oh!
Yes, so you put them
I was waiting for you to just put it around your neck and you massage your neck.
You put it on the floor, because the external doors usually have gaps as well.
Yeah.
So you have, get a couple of these made.
And and by the way, when that cold air hits you, it goes to the bone.
It goes to the bone.
It's been colder than usual
yes,
lately.
It has. So you don't have to look at it, and it's nice and colourful.
Yeah.
It look quite nice with the decor as well. It's not going to be, So that's a useful tip,
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I see here. Yeah. I want to go into the candles. I just first of all, I love the marble print.
Yes.
I love candles too.
Yeah.
Why would you suggest having candles?
Because candles, it's the light. They bring in light and they give you that illusion of not much warmth, but a bit of warmth and just the light and plus the coziness. Right. And we're going back to this feeling of calm, collected. It's all very...
And there's something about
psychological.
it. Even though you know that candle is not making you warmer. But for some reason, it just makes your home feel that much more cozy. Would you sort of advise people to try scented candles or just any?
You just watch for them. If they're commercially scented, they're going to be a bit irritating actually. They can do the opposite. Right. So I'd rather maybe use natural, even cheap wax candle, and then put your own little essential oil in a little bowl, so they use that as their aroma, you know what I mean? Because some of them, especially the cheaper ones, they don't smell as nice as they could. So but you don't need to spend a lot of money on them, you know?
I like that you can just get the normal candles, essential oils.
And then, what candles do is they force you to sort of calm down, they bring you down. You watch the flicker of the light, immediately you feel... Have you noticed? You're
right. Because actually, there's some forms of therapy that sort of have you focus on the flicker. So I love that it's a simple candle. Yes, you might have power, but just still have the candle out.
I mean, turn the lights, some of the lights off. Have the candle. And it also forces you to be more present. Right. Because if you're always like tapping on your phone, it kind of brings you back to and that's the whole point about well-being and relaxing and winding down. Because at home you should be winding down, especially if you had a busy day. This is a great way to do it.
I love that. And for busy or even for stay-at-home moms who might be just like, I've just put the baby to sleep. I need some me time. Just give yourself some candles. Put some candles on. We've got tea. Well, coffee, tea.
We've got,
I love it.
And a ritual, and also make a ritual of making your tea. Make it a ritual.
Why is that?
This has got like a little, So get brew something special. Even make your own. Right. Like our dowers. We can, ginger and lemon. You can add little bits and other things. Right. Mint and
purple tea.
Which
actually has a lot. Or chamomile tea, which has very soothing properties.
So make a ritual, brew it, and then have a nice, put it in a nice mug.
Right.
So you almost, you're spoiling yourself. That's how, looking after yourself.
Yeah. Would you say? I mean, I like the mug, and now that we're even talking home decor as well. Is that a moment for you to add personality into your home, or because a lot of times people just sort of have.
I've noticed people have these like mismatched freebie mugs, and you're like, okay, that one you got that one, you want to that.
I'm guilty of that. I don't know why.
Like, what's that about?
I don't know why. I'm just like, I'll just get 2 here, 2 there, 2 there. I never have a full set.
No, because I don't have a full set. I don't like matching, but I like nice pieces. So whenever I pour myself a cup of tea, I feel good. I feel, you know what I mean? It's all part of it. It's a little thing, but it makes a difference.
Yeah, and a styling moment too, because again, it's a way to bring out your personality.
Yeah, of course, which is very important. And like before you go to bed, a very quick trick: before you go to bed, brew something and get a nice one of these nice thermoses that keep a drink hot for at least 12 hours.
Yeah.
Then take your nice cup with you.
Yeah.
So when you wake up, the first thing you do, maybe wake up 15 minutes earlier than usual,
yeah.
pour yourself something nice when you're still in bed. Wow. You know, before you get out of bed, pour yourself a nice drink.
That's
hot
a quick
drink.
That's a quick trick to breakfast in bed.
Yeah, breakfast
if you don't have anyone to make you breakfast.
It's a little piece of luxury. And just do like 15 minutes before you usually get up, especially when it's cold. Pour yourself something nice, and then make sure you've got maybe something to step on when you get out of bed and you're stepping on a nice rug, sheepskin, your feet hit something warm.
I like that you're approaching warmth on so many levels, because again, you're warming yourself from the inside, physically as well. You're making sure that there's warmth, because again, this cold can hit you hard.
And it can hit you hard.
That's how come, arthritis starts to come into effect. You start to have the flu. It's because you're not taking care of yourself, I guess.
And then the worst thing that can happen is feeling stressed in your home, in your space. Because there's so many things that stress us, as I was saying, on the outside. So many externalities.
Yeah.
You don't want to come back and still feel stressed when you're in your environment. Even if you've got one room, just try and make that as comfortable as you can.
Right.
It means just one room.
Right.
You know, I grew up sharing a room with my sister. I never had my own room, but my corner was always styled.
Yeah.
I always, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I always felt important to have my personality in that corner, and I always shared it. You know, never had my own room.
Right.
So I think that's sort of a carry through.
Right. So you've talked about like ceiling windows to make sure that there's or even the doors to make sure that there's no extra chill coming through. Is there something that you could do though to make sure that you still have circulation flowing, or is it even important to keep that going?
No, a simple trick. You know, it's cold. You're at home in the evening. Put music on. Start dancing. You're exercising. You're keeping warm. It's going to boost your mood as well. You know, and you don't have to make a big deal out of it. Just put something on that you like and just move around a bit, and you'll feel much better. It'll boost your mood. Another thing is also
even you mean like physically your circulation?
Your circulation.
Because
physically you're moving and you're exercising, and because if you sit, you're gonna feel colder. If you're sitting, just think about it. But if you actually get moving, that'll just give you even 15 minutes. It's a quick blast.
Yeah, I love it. Yes. So you describe yourself as an African modern stylist, interiorista, actually.
Yes.
What are ways to inject an African flair or Kenyan flair into your space? I mean, obviously you've shown us the blankets, but is there another tip to?
I love baskets. I love our baskets. I can't get enough. I just can't. Every time I stop and
how many do you have in your home?
I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, I give them away now as gifts.
Oh no way!
Because
that
I've got
many?
so many. And I love bright colors. In terms of African modern, it means bright.
Right.
I like bright colors.
Right.
And I like to use what we have locally, our local handicrafts, African art, ornaments. We've got so many beautiful things here, and they're handmade, they're one-off pieces. So why not bring them more into our homes in a modern way? Not the ways that maybe our parents used to decorate. You know what I'm saying? There's a new way of decorating.
Right.
That's saying something about the new Africa. You know what I mean?
I love it. I think I have about, I want to say, 8 or so. I use them as storage baskets for toys. I use them for blankets. I put my flowers pots in there.
I just got this one. Look at it's what I mean about African modern. You see, it's got the heart, leather, but it's still the basket that we all know. But it's been uplifted. It's new. It's different. So that's my passion.
I love it. Are there certain textures that work better in the home during this cold season? And I know things like throws or duvet covers are things that we swap out. And maybe during Christmas we have more glitzy, glam, sequined pieces. Are there textures, whether it's wood or
I think natural textures always work well.
Yeah.
So even if you've got a lot of sort of synthetic or man-made, try and bring in wood, wool, cotton, linen. You know what I'm saying? Those sort of tactile soapstone, bring in tactile. Sort of like you said, marble. If you can bring in natural, and it's the feel, the look and feel, and you want to create contrasts with your textures. Because everything's wood. It kind of looks flat and not very inviting. Everything's metal, so you need to mix and match textures. That's how you create sort of a holistic feeling of well-being. And then have a sort of harmony in terms of the colors as well. So you're not looking all over the place.
So how does one go about in terms of telling a color story, and especially if they also want to change it up during the season? maybe you have the luxury of just like, I don't know, some spare budget, and you just wanted to change it up, make your home feel a little different. So colors, yeah, and paint is a good one. But how do you go about creating a color story?
I think what you need to do is like pick a palette of 5 colors.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe 2 dominant colors, and then 3 sort of subservient accent colors. Subordinate, colors. Or you could say 2 dominant and then 3 colors in the same shade but softer. Because you don't want to make, that matchy look. You don't want like, blue and yellow, green. You've been, this too. You know what it's or 3 colors. So you have to create a bit of interest. So you got 2 dominant and then 3 sort of subordinate, or 2 dominant and then 3 in the same accent, but softer.
Oh, I like that. I like that there's a math to it.
Yes.
I like that because I think it grounds it. So if anyone is looking to change it up, I love that. That's a good.
That's what I would advise, because a lot of people ask me, well, how can we use color? So just think about your color palette and then get your inspiration from nature. When you're walking, you can see bougainvillea pink against green. That's interesting palette already, because it's in nature, so it means it works, right? Because it's already in nature. So take pictures on your phone, so you have an idea of the colors that you like, and then speak to you.
I like that as well. Yes. Look to nature. When in doubt,
look to nature.
Look to nature. See what color palettes work.
They work
already.
They already work.
And keep it moving. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Ash.
Yeah.
And thank you for dressing our space. I mean, this is really, I wish we could leave it like this. This is super cozy. Maybe the next segment I'll be on the floor and be like, welcome. Welcome back, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
All right.
No, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
We've got to take a break, but we'll be back, and this time we'll talk fashion. How do you keep yourself warm and looking cute as well? We'll be back in a moment.